Logical Zay. It's always more than one way to think about anything. King and Queens, I hope everybody's doing good, doing great, taking care of your health, stand to yourself. Remember, a slow grind is better than no grind, man. Pop your issue in the comment section. I will be checking. Just keep it respectful, no disrespecting. We got Larry Wills, his girl, and the dude that she called a 10. She rated this man in the middle a 10. Now they're sitting down with him, taking relationship advice. Oh my God. Let's get into it. I have not seen this. I seen the title. It says Clavicular, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, tells Larry Will that his wife is manipulating him. You are getting advice from a man that she hit on. How is this young man, this white boy, more gamed up than you, brother?
Feel this as well, that she's kind of telling you how you feel and telling you that you're okay with things. And
listen, not to make it a race thing, I'm just saying, you letting this dude school you is like, come on, brother, we got the sauce. You feel me? We the ones that be inclined. We the ones that be, you know what I mean, with the intrusive thoughts. Our sense of awareness got to be at 1,000. I don't even know what Larry Wills is. I don't know if he's black or white. It don't matter. Let's get into this. My bad.
Just, it feels a little bit like almost manipulative. Do you get that vibe ever?
I don't get that vibe, because if I genuinely wanted to befriend a female outside of a business dynamic, I wouldn't, because for one, I've never been in that position where I wanted to befriend a female that there was no opportunity for us to do business together in any capacity for the sake of just being her friend, being a friend. Like, if that was the case, like, I'd probably have the intention to fuck her. Like, it wouldn't be on some, let's just grab a coffee and grab a bite to eat. It would just be like, well, I think you're hot. Let's like, there wouldn't really be, like, it would be malicious intent. Like, I just can't see myself ever being in that position unless there was like a business dynamic.
Yeah, there's really no reason to ever be friends with a female. It's ridiculous. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, like, you know, it is a little bit outrageous to have like a male friendship. The only man really that should be in your life at this point is your father, your brother, and Larry.
In a relationship, it is completely different trying to be friends with the opposite sex, especially if you are an extremely attractive person. That person can hit on you, flirt, so on and so forth. It's a dangerous game to play. Now, if you just have a high level of self-control, self-discipline, and you know your boundaries, and you know that, hey, I want to respect myself, and not only myself, my partner, then you can do it. Go crazy, you feel me? But if you single, yes, having attractive people around you could be a great thing. If you are looking to, meet, network, and so on and so forth, yeah, it is. It's a good thing. But, I mean, it's just all about your intentions when it's all said and done. That's the bottom line. The bottom line is it's about your intentions. Some dudes can have female friends that they can establish this is just what it is, even with them being intimate, even with them being friends with benefits. It's like, we know what it is. That's all it is. We can still be cordial. I can see you dating. You can see me dating, and it is what it is. But everybody can't operate like that because people are too emotionally attached and don't know how to detach themselves. So it's a scary game to play. You got to play it with somebody that's just as strong-minded as you are. And sometimes when you can meet a woman that can do that, it's a little scary. When you can meet a woman that she can get her little rocks off with you and then deuce it, it's a good thing, but it's also scary because that's a lethal woman. Oh, she cold if she could do that.
So
we'll have to agree to disagree on that one.
So I sort of feel like,
yeah, I bet,
and I think you're gonna sort of agree with me here, is that you love your wife so much that sometimes you're not willing to put your foot down and say things that you don't like. And that's really good that you feel so passionately about her. That means the relationship is good. The attraction's there. And I'm very happy for you about that. But I think you're so worried about losing her sometimes that you're sort of losing yourself, and you're losing.
I said that on a video before. Why is he telling you that? But okay. All right, I'm going to give credit to homie in the middle. I really don't know who he is. I really don't have too much history. Y'all can enlighten me in the comment section and just game me up. I don't know who Buddy is. But at the same time, listen to me when I tell y'all this. So many of y'all dudes get wrapped up in these women that look beautiful. And this may be your first beautiful woman. This may be the first beautiful woman that you've ever come in contact with. So you tend to get lost and you let any and everything fly. And I said this in one of my other videos. It will come back to bite you in the butt because the things that you let fly, she'll get content and comfortable with. And it'll get to a point where, and she'll say something like, in the beginning, you let me do this. It'll build up and start to bother you. And then once you try to address it, it won't matter no more. She'll be like, nah, you can't say that now. You can't. This is how you met me. You wasn't saying this in the beginning of the relationship. I'm telling y'all, don't lose yourself. That's why it's good to set the boundaries on what you want and what you don't want. I'm telling y'all. Because if you don't, women going to use that and hold it against you.
But I think you're also looking just stuff from your perspective, how you would. I don't think you really look at things objectively. I think that's the problem here. You look how you would act in a situation that you're in. You don't understand it. Like,
no, I'm not even trying to put myself into his shoes or insert myself in any
just
way.
Like from your perspective, I feel like, okay, you're set in your way and like you hear what we're saying, but you're not really like processing it in a way to understand, like, okay, like maybe different people work a different way. There is a different dynamic with other people, and that's the beauty of this of us as humans.
The fact that she answered the question on your behalf, I mean, that was like an extremely directed question towards you, and like I said before, it seems like there's some sort of manipulation sometimes. Her sort of telling you how you feel. When I was asking you, like, genuinely.
And she's smiling because she know it's true. She's smiling because she get her way. Look at her. She's an attention-seeking woman. I'm telling y'all, this ain't gonna end well. Look at him. It's like, I'm glad that he's talking to somebody that's trying to give him some type of advice. It's crazy that you call him when you could have just called me. I could have gave you all type of advice, brother. This is why I need to get into that. Y'all, come on, y'all. This is why I need that following so they can start to see me like, oh yeah, I gotta holler at Zay. Yeah, let's call Zay to Miami. Let's have him hop on the stream. But she's an attention-seeking individual. She doesn't know how to be led yet. She wants to lead the situation. She wants to be the one that's in the front. But bro, Larry, you have the money. You have the limelight. You have the attention. You have the following. People are coming to see you. And now you're only getting this super huge notoriety because your woman is embarrassing you, bro. Come on, man.
Could this be it? So like, you don't even have to answer the question. It's just
not that he's getting notoriety because he already was clouded up. He already had, a good following from him doing fitness content. I used to watch him as content, but I'm just saying now it's negative. Now the whole spiel of it is like negative now.
Something to keep on your mind, like maybe you are just scared of navigating things wrong and losing the thing that you love. And that's very understandable. I don't think that anyone should fault any man for having that sentiment, because that makes you human, right? That makes you extremely human, someone who's not a psychopath, and someone who's deeply in love. So, I admire you for that, and I hope, you're able to sort of cultivate this relationship going forward in a way that just makes sense as much as possible for you. So, like, you don't have to say exactly how you feel or exactly what you want on the internet, but just going forward, sort of, I'm just hoping maybe you could keep some of this in the back of your head so that you're looking out for sometimes some of these different tactics that are being used, So, just going forward, it's always good.
What he's saying is be aware, pay attention. Signs matter. Pay attention to detail. The little things that she doing are going to escalate to be the bigger things that's going to be causing problems in your relationship. God dang it. Put me on one of these, man. I'm telling y'all, I'm not letting nothing. I'm too gamed up. I ain't even going, you feel me? I'm not trying to boast or brag or nothing like that, but I've been dealing with women a long time. I know the ins and outs of the game they play. I know the tactics. I know the manipulation. I know all of it. I know when they turned on. I know when they turned off. I know when they intellectual. I know when they dry. I know when they don't have the ability to be calm. Everything. I know when they need the type of women to stay away from. Man, Energy don't lie.
To have that on your subconscious.
And I'm standing on this hill where I say, like, I genuinely do not have an issue since the beginning with her being in contact with a male friend that was many years before my time. And that's that. You know, and maybe many here in the chat that I can see them spamming on the bitch, I'm on a leash or whatever, probably people that aren't even in a relationship themselves trying to tell.
No, they probably were you before and they trying to help you out. Bro, y'all gotta stop being man, listen, I get it, Larry. She's an attractive woman in you. I get that, bro, but you gotta pay attention. But at the same, I'm gonna say this because I always can see both sides of the coin. I can see both sides of the spectrum, right? There's always two ways to look at and think about anything. Intro. But these people are trying to look out for you. And at the same time, but if Larry is in a situation where he's happy, we just got to let him go through the situation. And if he bump his head along the way, then it is what it is. But I don't think calling him out his name is going to save anything. I think he just, like I said, I'm going to keep reiterating, he just have to pay attention. He just has to make sure that he's not getting played. You know what I mean? What's the conversations being had? Is she sneaking off to go in the other room to conversate with these dudes? Is she putting the phone down when you come in the room? You know what I mean? Is when you in the car or you on the couch with her, is she turning her body so you can't see her? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Y'all got to pay attention to. I'm telling y'all.
Me, a married man, happily married, by the way, like that. I'm X, Y, and Z, and I should behave this way. But I'm happy in our relationship. And when it comes to that particular male friend, I know it's platonic. I take her word for it. I trust my wife. Like, there is no discomfort. Whenever we have discomfort, we talk about it. And this is how come we've been able to make it 5 years, right? Because our communication is so strong. I don't bottle things inside. I don't just explode one day like, well, like, what's really at play here? Like, what do you have going on with this person? Or I don't trust you doing this or that, or talking to this person, that person. That's not how we get down. Like, we don't argue, we don't fight ever, right? We genuinely have a very healthy relationship because our communication is rock solid. So when these things that in, whether it's the beginning, the middle, or now come up, whatever it is, we just talk it out.
Absolutely. And listen, the last thing that I'm trying to do is sit here and say this part of your relationship doesn't work. This isn't going well, because that would be retarded, right? I'm a 20-year-old kid. That doesn't even make any sense. You guys have been married for 5 years. You understand each other more than I or anyone in the internet.
Oh, I didn't even know they were married. That's crazy. Okay. So it's been working for 5 years.
Internet ever could. All I'm simply saying is being brought to attention or being made aware of potentially some other perspectives or some other things that could be going on is always good, right? So, you know, like I said, not trying to convince you anything is wrong or you should operate differently in any way at all. Just something to keep on, you know, in the back of your head.
No, for sure. It's definitely, I think once you get into the light and you have these cameras intrude your private life, it's an adjustment because now people get to see things that they never seen before. And now they get to pay attention and now they get to critique your every little bit of move. Or, you know, if your girl look at somebody too long, or if your eyes so happen to wander down, they like, oh, he was caught looking at her butt, or oh, she was caught looking at his print. It's just, man, the internet can pick apart so many different things and make things just seem so negative. But if it's been working for 5 years, man, it is what it is. But you just got to be careful and cautious with allowing the internet to become a part of, or like I said, just invade your private life. I can't say invade because it's something you willingly did, but it's just something to think about. But hey, 5 years. That kind of changed my whole ideology on how I view this. But at the same time, still, you just want to be aware and be cautious because your woman now is around your friends and your friends are millionaires and your friends are, you know, probably decent looking men to her or all of these things. And I don't know if he's okay with her making new male friends or not. I have no idea. He seems like a pretty easygoing guy. He seems like the typical guy who a woman would take advantage of because he's so kind and respectful. See, this is why women love men that got a little edge to him because they know not to play with him, but at the same time, he gonna have a good time, but he gonna be security. He gonna make her laugh. You know what I mean? It's like all that, but he not gonna give her too much and he not gonna let her play with him. it's gonna be a line drawn, and a lot of women like that. Oh, my man don't play about, you feel me? You ever heard a woman say that? Like, oh, my man don't play about me. But she's from a whole different walk of life. I'm speaking from black women. You feel me? I've only been in situations and relationships with black women, so I have no idea. But telling y'all, it's a good and bad of a lot. But this internet stuff is tricky. You just got to be careful. But shout out to all three of them, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to bro for trying to game him up, and shout out to Larry for being a kind, respectful dude. He seemed like a really, really good dude. I can't say that. I mean, I don't know him personally. Just a couple of videos that I have seen, it do seem like she's a little flirty. Again, and that just could be because she's transitioning from being behind the camera to actually being in front of the camera. And it is what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Hello or goodbye. Talk to me. Do not yell at me. We elevating till we hit our head. We ain't bleeding yet. Spread love, not hate. I see y'all when I see y'all. Be great. All right. Pop y'all ish in the comment section, man. Let's keep going. Let's keep growing. Go on.